It's time now for the Beer Chill New News Report on this Friday afternoon, October the 2nd, 2015. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Peter Wiggins. I get new news on this Friday afternoon here. Top story at 12 noon here is in Rosebud, Oregon, where the gunman who opened fire at Oregon's unpopular community called Single Out Christians, according to the father of a wounded student. Vatican City, Pope Francis encounter with Kim Davis last week in Washington, which was interpreted by many as a subtle intervention in the United States same-sex marriage debate, which was part of the series of meetings with dozens of guests and did not. U.S. Education Secretary Arne Duncan plans to step down from his cabinet position by the end of this year, leaving the Obama administration more than a year before the president's term will end, according to two administration officials. Kunduz, Afghanistan, hungry and exhausted after being routed by Taliban fighters in the northern city of Kunduz, Afghanistan's army and police force are blaming each other for the shambolic surrender of the provincial capital. Employers added a mere 1 in 42,000 jobs in September. The Labor Department said on Friday it suggested that the American economy is losing momentum after a similarly lackluster report to the previous month. The Syrian Air Force has been bombing anti-government rebels as well since civilians with crude barrel bombs that rarely hit their targets. A police officer beheaded in broad daylight as one of the most solemn days of the year, as thousands of people gathered to pay tribute to the sacrifice of soldiers in past wars. Aircraft fought to be 60 nautical miles from Makassar. Ground crew lost contact with twin turboprop mid-afternoon and latest in a string of Indonesian air safety incidents. While Governor John Kasich speaks during an Americans for Peace, Prosperity and Security and National Security from last month in Concord, Hampshire. The spiral of violence and anger on both sides keeps growing. It's only a matter of time before the next intifada war erupts as more young Palestinians grew up without hope or perspective. Baton Rouge, Louisiana, a convicted killer who was accidentally released from prison following miscommunication missed paperwork of the part of the Louisiana Department of Correction has been arrested in Atlanta. Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, prosecutors added a new Perjury County and another criminal charges Thursday against Pennsylvania's Attorney General, saying today by the second document that contradicts her claims she never agreed to maintain secrecy. It is undeniably disturbing and derived by the scheduled killing in the numbers there. Hurricane ruined this is sliced and steady rain fight the grade A as the execution of a period witness to the serial kills final moments. Virginia Commonwealth University was jolted Friday morning by a police search of a possible armed suspect by the 40 student advisor campus in Richmond was resumed in normal activity. Chicago, 5 years after the merger that created United Continental Holdings Incorporated, newly installed CEO Oscar Munoz has come to a stark conclusion that marriage is in trouble, as he starts with an apology during his tenure. U.S. stocks stopped shuffling Friday after jobs data for September fell short of expectations, raising doubts that the economy is robust enough to absorb on the interest rate actions. We take a look at the stock market report right now at 12:03 here. Now down 82.44 points to the close at 16,189.37. S&P 500 1913.73 down 10.09 points, and Nasdaq 4,610.35 down 16.73. Solar City has gone from its June 2014 acquisition of solar market startup sell to today's announcement of what its company claims to be a production of the world's most efficient rooftop solar panel with a moderate efficiency exceeding 22%. Berlin, Brussels, Volkswagen is under pressure to give details within the next week of its plan that will fit up to 11 million diesel vehicles with its U.S. Researchers say that the dinosaur killed in Nazareth might not have been the only thing they did in the prehistoric beasts. New Delhi, India has promised to shave off a third of its rate with its shipments greenhouse gases over the next 15 years, along with its contribution toward the reaching a deal to slow global warming and the UN. NASA wants the world to know that putting boots on Mars is not just a sci-fi dream, as the space agency has been helping promote the new film, The Martian, which has hit theaters across the United States today, as a way to publicize their own plans. Is that guy sexy? Is that woman beautiful? If you ask these questions to a group of people, they may have different answers, as a new study hints at why your perception of people's direction is mainly the result of your own experiences. When a Teenan sperm was bought by researchers using two immunosuppressive drugs, the mice became infertile. It's a never-ending battle. You diet and exercise, but can't shed a pound. You can at least take cover in a new study that suggests many other factors, including stress and pollution, could be conspired to make weight loss harder today. An updated medical coding system, ICD-10, debuted yesterday as nationwide medical providers set to jump from 14,000 to 69,000 medical codes. Okay, Peter Channel News Time, 12:05, then I have a sports report. The Boston Red Sox will open up a 3-game series to wrap up the 2015 season against the Cleveland Indians down in Cleveland, beginning tonight at 7:10 p.m. here, while the Knock Lancers girls varsity soccer team will be taking on Mills Bulldogs here. In the post-Deflategate NFL rules, Patriots fans are looking for any evidence of other teams breaking the rules on Thursday night. They thought they have some, as Pittsburgh Steelers Ben Roethlisberger wasn't using a phone on the sideline. The Milwaukee Bucks and for John Henson have to come to terms with a 4-year contract extension valued in the $45 million range, according to league sources. Golden State Warriors coach Steve Kerr will take a leave of absence. He recovers from back surgery and will be placed on an interim basis by Luke Walton. Kevin Harvick needs to win at Dover to move on to the next round in the chase. As the Norton Lancers girls soccer team will be taking on Westwood Wolverines tonight at 3:30 p.m. at Norton High School, while the football team will be taking on Mills Bulldogs here. Peter Channel News on 12:06, time face. Trevor report on this. Friday here. And it is looking at map here and starting off out and around here where 146 on the northbound side, so for Route 15 and North Providence, the link around here. 146 on both ends, it is slow from (146A) North Smithfield to Route 99. 146 on the northbound side, it's slow from 15 in Providence all the way up into Lincoln here. 95 on the northbound side, so from the Albert stretch from Route 1 to Route 1A South Attleboro here due to an accident on 95 northbound and the particular desk curves around Route 1, so expect some delays here. 95 on the northbound side is so from 610 connector to Route 146 here. 610 connector is slow for the Providence stretch. 185 on the eastbound side, it is so for the Bragger Bridge and Fall River here. 79 on the southbound side, so for the Bragger Bridge and Fall River. Added and Cape. Route 6 on the westbound side, an accident inside the Sagamore Bridge, so expect some delays here. 20 on the northbound side, it did so before the Bourne Rotary here. 120 on the northbound side, it did so after Route 109 in Westwood all the way up to Route 9 in Wellesley. Southeast Expressway on both ends is slow from Dorchester all the way out to the Furnace Brook Parkway and the Braintree Split and Quincy Braintree section here. 120 on the southbound side, so from Route 37 Braintree to the Braintree Split here. Massbottom on the westbound side, so around the Logan Airport area here. 290 on the eastbound side, so for the Worcester stretch from 146 to Route 9 here. 128 on the northbound side, so Route 28 in Redden all the way up in the Linfield here. 93 on the northbound side, so before Route 495 in Lawrence here. 495 on the southbound side, they did so for the Lawrence stretch. Route 101 on the eastbound side, it's over the Exeter stretch. 101 on the westbound side, so for the Stratham stretch. 95 on the northbound side, it's so for the Northampton stretch here. Around the Hampton tolls here, and spotted turnpike so around Route 4 in Durham, New Hampshire, and 95 on the main turnpike looking good from York to Gardner here. Alright, let's take a look at what is going on under the T here. Green line, experiencing minor delays due to disabled train. Orange line, experiencing minor delays due to morning due to track issue between Malden and Welleton stations here. On the clear rail, it's looking good, and on the ferries are looking good, and on the clear rail. Portal, Worcester, line trains in the man side platforms at Wellesley Farms, Wellesley Hills, West Liz Square, Natick Center, West Natick Station Wall. Portal, Worcester line trains in the man side platform at Ashland, Southport stations until 3 o'clock. Peter Channel News on 12:10, time for weather report here, and the latest on Hurricane Joaquin still an extremely dangerous Joaquin. Now moving northward as it betters the Central Bahamas. Hurricane conditions extend over the Central Bahamas today as it's 130 mile per hour winds, still location 23.5 to the north, 74.8 to the west here. And moving north at 3 miles an hour here. And let's public advisory here. Extremely dangerous walking now. Moving the north part of the batters at Central Bahamas. Hurricane conditions continue over the Central Bahamas today. Here. And hurricane warnings in effect for Central Bahamas, northwestern Bahamas, including the Epcot Sperry Islands, Ilofa, Grand Bahama Island, and New Providence, the Aucklands, Cricket Island, and Mayagana in the southeastern Bahamas. That hurricane watch in effect for Bimini and Andros Islands. A tropical zone warnings in effect for remainder of the southeastern Bahamas, including the Turks and Caicos Islands, Andros Island, and Cuban Province of Camagüey, Las Tunas, Hogan, and Guantanamo. A hurricane watch means that the hurricane conditions are expected somewhere within the warning area here. A hurricane watch means that hurricane conditions are possible within the watch area. A tropical warning means that tropical conditions are expected somewhere within the warning area. And interesting. Ramirez should monitor the progress of walking a tropical hurricane watch may be required later today. For storm information specific to your area, please monitor the products issued by a local National Meteorological Service here. At 11 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, the center of Hurricane Joaquin was located near latitude 23.5 to the north, 74.8 to the west longitude. Joaquin is moving towards the near 3 miles an hour, 6 kilometers an hour, and in northward motion at a faster forward speed is expected today. It turning toward the northeast is expected to 9 with an additional increase in the forward speed. The forecast track, the quarter of the strongest winds of Joaquin will continue moving over ports of the center of the northwestern Bahamas today, and Joaquin will begin to move away from the Bahamas tonight and Saturday. Reports from the Air Force Reserve Hurricane aircraft indicate that a maximum sustained winds remain near 130 miles an hour with higher gusts. Joaquin is calculated for a hurricane on the Saffir-Simpson hurricane wind scale. Some fluctuations in intensity as possible during the next 24 hours. So weakening is expected to begin on Saturday as hurricane force winds extend outwards up to 50 miles an hour from the center, and tropical force winds extend outwards up to 205 miles. The minimum center pressure from the hurricane aircraft data is 939 millibars at 27.73 inches here. Wind hurricane conditions are expected to continue across portions of the central southeastern Bahamas by Tuesday. And today, as hurricane and tropical conditions are expected over portions of the northwest Bahamas today, and tropical conditions are expected over portions of the southeastern Bahamas and the Turks and Caicos Islands today, and tropical conditions are expected over parts of the eastern Cuba front this morning. Here, storm surge are very dangerous to laugh for the storm surge will be raising water levels by as much as 6 to 12 feet above normal tide levels in the central Bahamas and areas of onshore flows. As storm surge of 2 to 4 feet above normal tide level is expected in the remainder of the Bahamas within the hurricane warning area. Near the coast, the surge will be accompanied by large and dangerous waves. Rainfall, Joaquin expected to produce total rain accumulation of total 18 inches over the central Bahamas and I maximum amounts of 25 inches. Rainfall amounts of 5 to 10 inches are expected over the southeastern Bahamas with 2 to 4 inches over the northwestern Bahamas, eastern Cuba, Haiti, the Dominican Republic, and the Turks and Caicos Islands. This rainfall could result in the life threatened and flash floods. Swells draining by Joaquin will affect portions of the Bahamas during the next few days. Swells will begin to affect portions of the southeastern coast of the United States and will be spreading open along the east coast of the United States throughout the weekend. The swells are likely to cause life-threatening surf and whip current conditions, and even though Joaquin is expected to be past well east of the coast of the United States, a prolonged period of elevated water levels and waves will be affected. The Mid-Atlantic region causes significant beach and dune erosion with moderate coastal flooding like this. Please consult products from your local wear office. And close to home here, we have a line of rain from southeastern Massachusetts and Cape Towns around Boston area and stretching to Midwest Boston, covering much of all around, almost all Connecticut, and stretching up into the Springfield, Holyoke area here. And it is zoom you out. It'll zoom you out, and it is far north as the western Nova Scotia ends. It is stretching all the way down to the eastern seaboard, all the way down to the Carolinas, and another line of rain showers around eastern Kentucky and Tennessee here. Alright, 7-day forecast. It goes like this. For the rest of the afternoon, showers likely penetrating up to 3 p.m. Otherwise, how about 53 degrees. Northeast will about 11 to 14 miles of gust size, 34 miles on chest base. It is 7% new brings about between the typical inch possible. Tonight, showers likely before 9 p.m. Then the rain likely made between 9 p.m. and 3 a.m. Clouds got about 49 degrees. North about 14 miles of gust size, 32 miles on chest base. 7% new brings about between an inch possible. Saturday, chance of rain before 2 p.m. Then a chance of drizzle between 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. Then a chance of rain and drizzle after 5 p.m. Clouds got high about 34 degrees. Northeast with about 50 miles of gust size, 37 miles on chest base. 40%. New Christmas amounts between a 7 inch possible. Saturday night, chance of rain and drizzle before 7 p.m. Then a chance of drizzle after 7 p.m. Clouds got lower at 48 degrees. Northeast with about 11 to 14 miles gust size, 30 miles on chance of 30%. New Christmas amounts less than 7 inch possible. Sunday, chance of drizzle before 9 a.m. Then that slight touch rain after 9 a.m. Most skies got I'm at 60 degrees. North is about 14 miles. Gust side is 24 miles per chest base is 20%. Saturday night, slight touch of showers. Most skies got low at 49 degrees. Chest base is 20%. Monday, most skies got about 63, low at 48 degrees. Tuesday, parts of the podcast got about 67, about 46 degrees. Wednesday, most of the podcast got about 69, about 47 degrees. And for Thursday, most of the skies have about 67 degrees. Right now, our top temperature 51 degrees, light rain, humidity 6%, and that is gonna be it for the Period Channel news report on this Friday afternoon, October 2nd, 2015. Please have a good afternoon with a good buzz day, dude. Here.